Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a number that might just change your life. $20,000. Now I know what some of you might be thinking, 20 grand? That sounds like a mountain to climb. But stick with me, because I'm going to break down exactly why this specific amount is a powerful first step toward real financial freedom and how you can actually get there step by step. This isn't about getting rich overnight. This is about building a foundation so strong that it gives you options, security, and peace of mind. It's about creating what I call a freedom fund. So what exactly is a freedom fund, and why is $20,000 the magic number? Let's dive in. First, let's get one thing straight. This isn't just an emergency fund. An emergency fund is fantastic, and you absolutely should have one to cover 3 to 6 months of basic living expenses for unexpected disasters, like a major car repair or a medical bill. But the $20,000 freedom fund is something more. It's proactive, not just reactive. It's the money that empowers you to make life changes, not just survive life's curveballs. Think of it like this. Your emergency fund is your fire extinguisher. It's there for when the house is on fire. Your freedom fund is the key to a new house. It's the capital that allows you to quit a job you hate, to take a lower paying but more fulfilling role, to start that side hustle you've been dreaming about, or even to take a 6-month sabbatical to travel and figure out what you really want in life. It's about buying back your time and your autonomy. So why 20,000? It's a significant but achievable number. It's enough to cover several months of expenses for most people, even if you lose your job, giving you a long runway to find a new one without desperation. It's enough seed money to seriously start a small business, whether that's buying inventory for an e-commerce store, investing in equipment for a freelance gig, or covering marketing costs. It's also a psychological milestone. When you have that much cash saved, your entire mindset shifts. You stop thinking from a place of scarcity and start thinking from a place of opportunity. You walk into your job with more confidence because you know you don't need it to survive the next few months. That confidence alone can lead to better performance, promotions, or the courage to negotiate a higher salary. It's a game changer. Let's break down how to get there. It won't happen by accident. You need a plan. The first step is the most crucial. You need to know where your money is going. I'm not talking about a restrictive, miserable budget where you can't buy a coffee. I'm talking about conscious spending. For 1 month, track every single dollar. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or a simple notebook. Just write it all down. No judgment, just data. At the end of the month, you'll have a clear picture. You'll probably be surprised. You might find you're spending hundreds on subscriptions you forgot you had, or more on takeout than you realized. This isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. This is where you find the money. Once you know where your money is going, you can create a freedom fund plan. Look at your spending and identify the big 3: housing, transportation, and food. These are almost always the largest expenses. Small wins are great, but optimizing the big 3 is where you'll find the real cash to accelerate your savings. Can you get a roommate for a year? Can you downsize your car or use public transport more often? Can you commit to meal prepping for your lunches instead of buying them? Making a significant change in just one of these areas can free up hundreds of dollars a month. Let's do some simple math. If you can find a way to save an extra $500 a month, you'll have $6,000 in a year. If you can push that to $800, that's almost $10,000 in a year. Suddenly, that $20,000 goal feels a lot closer, doesn't it? We're talking about 1 to 3 years of focused effort, not a lifetime. Now, where do you put this money? This is important. Your freedom fund should be liquid and safe. This is not investment money that you're willing to risk in the stock market. A high-yield savings account is your best friend here. It's separate from your regular checking account, so you're less tempted to dip into it. It's safe and insured. And thanks to higher interest rates, it will actually grow a little bit on its own, which is a nice bonus. Set up an automatic transfer every single payday. Even if you start with just $50, set it up. Automating your savings is the single most effective trick in the book. You pay your future self first, before you have a chance to spend it. What if your income is low and you feel like you've cut everything you can? This is where the other side of the equation comes in, increasing your income. We live in an incredible age of opportunity. Think about the skills you have. Can you tutor online? Can you do freelance writing, graphic design, or social media management? Can you walk dogs, deliver food, or assemble furniture? A side hustle that brings in an extra $400 a month can completely change your savings trajectory. It's not about working yourself to the bone forever. It's about a dedicated season of hustle to build your foundation. Once you hit that 20,000, you can reassess. Maybe you can quit the side hustle, or maybe you'll have discovered you love it and want to turn it into a full-time business. That's the beauty of having options. I want to share a quick story. A friend of mine was miserable in her corporate job. The stress was affecting her health, but she felt trapped by her salary and her bills. She decided to build her freedom fund. She moved into a smaller apartment, started a side gig doing virtual assistant work, and automated her savings. It took her about 2 years to hit 20,000. The day she did, she walked into her boss's office and gave her notice. She didn't have another job lined up, but she had a runway. She had confidence. She took 2 months off to decompress and then found a job at a company with a much better culture for slightly less pay. She says it was the best decision she ever made, and it was only possible because of that fund. That's the power we're talking about. The power to choose your life, not just accept it. The power to say no to situations that are draining you. The power to say yes to opportunities that excite you. Let's recap the action steps. 1. Track your spending for 1 month to gain awareness. 2. Analyze your expenses, focusing on the big 3: housing, transportation, and food to find significant savings. 3. Open a separate high-yield savings account for your freedom fund. 4. Automate your savings. Set up a recurring transfer for every payday, no matter how small. 5. Look for ways to increase your income, even temporarily, to accelerate your progress. Hitting $20,000 in savings is more than just a financial goal. It's a declaration of independence. It's telling yourself that your future is worth investing in. It's the first major step on the path to designing a life you truly love. It will be challenging, yes. It will require discipline and some sacrifice. But the feeling of security, control, and freedom you will have on the other side is worth every single bit of the effort. You can do this. Start today. Open that savings account. Set up that first automatic transfer, even if it's just $20. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and this is a step you will thank yourself for the rest of your life. Thanks so much for watching. If you got some value out of this, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a life of financial freedom. Let me know in the comments what your first step is going to be. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.